Hello there, welcome back to Beauty Bee and welcome to my seasonal favorites video for winter going into spring. It is feeling like spring here today. I am so excited. It's like 72 degrees, it's warm, it's sunny. I am still wearing long-ish sleeves because I've been burning like crazy lately, but we're gonna get through this. And I have quite a few favorites that I feel really do transition quite nicely from winter into spring in this video. I feel like I've very much been leaning into a more spring makeup look for much of winter. Once I'm done with like Christmas and New Year's, I'm like, yep, we're done with winter. I know it's only been like a week technically of winter, but it's time for spring, so that's where we are. And I think I'm going to start with the non-makeup favorites. So something that I've been absolutely loving this past season has been a ditzy print. Not necessarily a ditzy floral, but just a ditzy print in general. And what I mean by a ditzy print is it is a very small format print that isn't geometrically perfect. It's not like, say, a standard polka dot where it's arranged in rows and columns. It almost looks like it's been thrown onto the fabric. So here we have just some dots, kind of black and beige, really imperfect dots on a red background. And then another example I wanted to show, I actually got this at a thrift store this winter. I've been really loving it ever since. It's inside out, 1 second. That was harder than it probably should have been. But this is a navy and red heart ditzy print. And what I like about this is that, yes, it does have hearts on it, it does read a very Valentine's Day, but because the print is so small, I feel that this can be worn as sort of the same way you would a polka dot top in these colors, and I really like that. I think it's cute, I think it's fun, and I love this higher neckline. I think that is a really fun touch, because again, I've been burning like crazy. So that was my one fashion favorite for this season. Now let's transition into beauty products, starting with nail polish. Now I've been on a nail polish kick for all of winter and much of fall. You wouldn't know it looking at my nails today because they were looking pretty rough, but I messed up a manicure, and then some of them I could salvage, and some of them I had to take off and start afresh and haven't, completely finished yet. So that's what that's about. But there are a couple types of colors that I've just found myself wanting to purchase over and over again, but also wanting to wear over and over again. And the first is actually the nail polish that I'm wearing today. This is from Sinful Colors. This particular one is So Matcha Better, but I've just been loving this kind of soft green. This one is a little bit more on the yellowy side of this gray-green color than I've usually been liking. Most of the ones that I've been using are a little bit more gray and a little bit more of a almost blue-green, but I do like this color very, very much, and I just think that this transitions beautifully from winter into spring, and then really from spring into summer too, because it's soft. It reads as kind of neutral in a way, in that it's not, grabbing your attention, super crazy bold color, but it's definitely interesting. It's something a little bit different. And I feel very similarly about the other type of color that I've been loving, which is a really soft blue, again with some gray to it. Now this one that I have here is probably the lightest example that I could have pulled. This is from Color Club, and it is the shade this shade is. I seem to have lost my label, but in any case, it's a Color Club, really super light blue, and I like this because it is still blue enough to not read as white, but it gives me that little bit of a pretty pastel. I feel like it looks very polished, it looks very put together, and again, it's interesting, it has some personality, but it's not crazy bold, it's not crazy in your face. I do love a super bold in your face nail color, but not every day. I feel like I've been having a little bit of a love affair with a sheer sparkly topper shadow for at least a year now, and that has definitely continued over the past season. One of my favorite formulas remain the Colourpop Super Shocks. Here I have one from their Disney Princess range. This is A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. Oh, that's not glued. Hadn't had that problem before, but it's not, the pan isn't glued into the pot. I'll have to fix that. Anyway, this is a sort of a blue-gray. There's some sheerness to it, there's some shine to it. I mean, it's beautiful. Love this color. And the Super Shocks pretty much across the board I've been very, very happy with. Here's what that looks like, a little bit more sheared out. A couple other formulas that have really been giving me something similar. First, we have the Tarte Foil Finger Paints. In comparison to the Super Shocks, these are more creamy and a little bit fuller color, but they are also gorgeous. I'm actually wearing a little bit of this silver on my eye today, mixed in with so many other shadows, but I think you can see there's more color to the Tarte one, but there's a similar level of sparkle to it as there is with the Colourpop Super Shocks. I would say that this Tarte one would probably be a better one and done shadow than the Super Shocks would. I think the Super Shocks might give you just a little bit too much sheerness to feel like a complete look on their own, but they're both good options to get that sort of sheer, that sort of sparkly look on the lid. And another formula that I've been really impressed with for that sparkly look is from the Lorac Fairytale Forest. Now, this is the only recent Lorac palette that I have tried. They came out with these new Pro palette formats about 2 years ago, I would say at this point. And this was their holiday release for this winter. And they have some really lovely, soft, shimmery shades in here. So I'm swatching this pink shade and this lightest shade. And they just have, again, so much shimmer. This pink is kind of a duochrome, which I think is gorgeous. They're definitely toppers, so I don't know how well they're really going to come across on camera. These can be built up to full glitter over glitter glue or using them wet, but they, as you can see, they're also really pretty, just sheer washes of sparkle if you use them dry. And I've been just overall impressed with this palette. I think it has an interesting set of deeper matte neutrals. I think that this top row is very usable. I think that especially if you have a light or fair skin tone, you can probably use just these mattes for almost all of your neutral matte needs. And then this gorgeous array of sparkly shades. Love that. Super, super happy with that purchase. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten quite as much use as I want to out of this Lorac Pro palette, We'll talk more about that a little later in the video. But those are a few formulas that I've been just loving for that sheer sparkly look. Also, as far as eyeshadow, I've still been very much on the silvery and gray train. I mean, I think you can see that with the Cinderella shade and then the Tarte shade, but other palettes I've really been liking. This is the Colourpop, the Mandalorian palette. The Grogu palette, or the Child, also has some really lovely gray shades, but I pulled this one because this is more centered on those grays. So we have Beskar Steel, which is a silver, and it is a nice silver. It's up here. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit, I would say almost more white based than that Tarte silver, which is almost like a Reynolds wrap color. And then I love that there are two silvers in here. The other is Imperial Credit, which is more on the platinum side. So pretty, so happy with this. I think that the quality on these two Star Wars palettes that they've released has been really good. I have not tried the third one, which is the Darth Vader, and I don't see myself doing so. It's just not calling to me, but the other Star Wars ones they've done, I've been really impressed with. Oh, I'm sorry, Thompson. By the way, this is Thompson. He is a turtle. He is kind of a grumpy old man, but he has a nice heart, and he's been sitting here with me throughout this video. Except for when I accidentally threw him on the floor. Sorry, Thompson. Anyway, we're done talking about my stuffed turtle, but another grayish silvery eyeshadow. This is Mint Chip from Luxie Beauty, and this one I think looks a little bit more green in the pan, but I find that on my lid this turns a little bit more gray, though of course now that I'm swatching it near all of these more, well, that's not helpful at all. Now that I'm swatching it next to all of these more straight silver eyeshadows, it's going to look really green in comparison. So there is Mint Chip, like I said, looking very green next to these straight grays, but definitely has a lot of gray, definitely reads more silvery neutral than green on my eyes. And I've been really enjoying that color. And I've actually been using this one quite a bit. It hasn't been in a project or anything, but I've found myself using it probably once a week or so for the last few months, which is kind of unusual for me, actually. Now, I think that is it for eyeshadow. As far as lip products go, there's definitely one formula that has become a completely accidental favorite over the past few months, and these are the Tarte Glide and Glow Buttery Lipsticks. I have a mini in the shade Berry Cruiser and a full size in Bare Bud. I got both of these as a gift with purchase from Tarte. I didn't pick out either of them, and I'm pretty sure that Bare Bud was actually sent to me as like an incorrect gift with purchase. But these are lovely lipsticks. They are very sheer. There are the colors. I mean, here's what Berry Cruiser looks like in the bullet versus what it looks like swatched out. They're super moisturizing. They're really easy to wear. I love the level of sheerness that they have. My lips have been in really bad shape over the past several months at this point, really. And they don't seem to be getting much better, unfortunately. But These look good on my lips even when my lips themselves look really, really bad. They feel good. They do have sort of a minty, mentholy scent to them. I feel like most of Tarte's lip products have that minty menthol scent to some degree. I think this is a little bit lighter than some of the other ones. It's not overpowering. I personally don't really like mint scents or flavors, but this doesn't bother me at all. And I do think that that mentholy feel actually does help on the lips. These are on sale on the Tarte website, and they have been for quite a while, which makes me think they are probably in the process of discontinuing them. And I kind of want to buy one or two more shades. I don't think these are super, super different colors, considering that these are, I believe, the lightest shade and the deepest or second to most deep shade. I don't think there's that much difference, so this isn't a formula that I would want to buy every color of, but I wouldn't mind having one or two more of these. And I love these little paper bullets with the different designs. I think they're really cute. This one has a periwinkle base with little purple and gold bicycles and unicycles on it. And this one has a purple tube with pink and gold roses or some other kind of flower. Very cute. Very happy with those. Not letting myself buy anymore for at least a little while. Though next month's my birthday, so maybe we'll see what Tarte's birthday gift looks like. Maybe I'll make an order. My last favorite are these EOS Shea Better hand creams. I also have one of the body lotions, and I really like that as well. The hand cream that I have here is the Jasmine Peach scent, which is lovely. I also have a coconut one and a more vanilla one. They're all really nice scents. The texture on this is a hair on the greasy side. If you really are someone who doesn't like the feeling of lotion, you are not going to like these. But I don't mind feeling like I've put on hand cream after I put on hand cream. I don't mind a little bit of greasiness afterwards. I don't find that I leave little finger marks anywhere, so that's fine. And the value on these is excellent. These are like $3 or $4, I think, and I got mine in a trio over the holidays for, again, a slightly reduced price. I think these worked out to being like $2.50 each, and these are 2.5 fluid ounces. I don't think that the EOS lip balms are anything special, but if you are in the market for a lower cost body lotion or hand cream, I think that the EOS Shea Better line is worth checking out. I've tried, I think, 4 different scents from their line thus far, and I've liked all of them. I think that the Jasmine Peach and the Cashmere scent are the two that I would most strongly recommend, though. They're all nice. No complaints about anything in those lines. And then every season I set myself a goal. And this time around, my goal was to use every lip product in my collection. That didn't quite happen. I got really, really close, but there is one quite bright orange that I did not wear over the winter, and one very deep, almost black purple that I didn't wear this winter. So I'm giving myself like a 97%. I'm giving myself an A, not an A+, on trying to finish that goal. I think that that really deep, almost black purple will probably always be an October lipstick for me. The orange I'll probably wear once or twice during the summer and fall, but I don't think either of those is ever going to become a favorite. I don't think I'm ever going to get good, consistent use out of either of those, and I've accepted that. Now, what I want to do this coming season is get some better use out of my palettes. I've brought in quite a bit of eyeshadow these past few months, and I feel like I haven't really gotten to know any of the new palettes that I've purchased very well. So, I mean, we've talked about two of them in this video, the Mandalorian and the Lorac Fairytale Forest. I feel like I've used these as collections of singles. I've definitely, pulled out a shade here, a shade there, stuck it in my Pandas eyeshadows, and gotten use out of it. But I haven't made a ton of looks just using these individual palettes, and I think that I want to cycle through the newer palettes that I've purchased, and I'm not sure if I want to do like a 1 week, 1 palette or 3 looks, 1 palette videos with each of them, but I want to do some kind of structured, make multiple looks that, if not solely use this palette, then really focus in on a palette to just get to know them better. I'm not exactly sure what format that will take. If you have any thoughts or suggestions, I would be very open to hearing that, but be on the lookout for some individual palette focused content over these next couple months. So there we have my winter / early spring favorites. I'm looking forward to spring. I am so done with being cold all the time. I'm done with snow. I'm ready for sunshine, lollipops, rainbows, everything that's wonderful. Anything else that Leslie Gore has in store for me. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful spring, and I hope that you will consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching, and I hope that I will see you all next time. Bye!